After going on a book date with All This Twisted Glory, the third book in the This Woven Kingdom series, I have some thoughts. Welcome to After the First Date, the series where I share everything from my book date. As a warning, this is a spoiler discussion. So starting with my rating, I rated this book Officially Dating. I thought it was a nice follow-up to the second book, but I have to say, I still think the second book is my favorite book so far. It was really reassuring to find out that Cyrus didn't actually kill his father. I assumed that he didn't, but I didn't predict that his father was also being tortured by Iblis. That was really interesting. The scene when Aliza was found by everyone was so intense. I do agree with Aliza that it was hurtful that Kamran assumed the worst of her betrayal. And at the same time, I do feel like they didn't really know each other that well too for him to have assumed otherwise. So I think it was understandable that he did assume that she betrayed him. At the same time, I really didn't expect Kamran to be so unbelievably frustrating to the point that he shot an arrow that hit Aliza because she was protecting Cyrus. I don't know, maybe it was in character for him, but I just felt so frustrated because I really thought he would have been more reasonable, especially with Hazan's input as well. Cyrus was really going through it, from being exhausted with Iblis to then using every ounce of energy and magic left to save Aliza. I really did feel bad for him, especially when no one came to help him when he was passed out, and Hazan was the only one who came to help him. I adore Hazan so much. I need to know everything about him. How did he come across the Nasta? Who is his family? And how was the Nastas actually Cyrus's? Hazan is so funny in that he's always gathering intel and knows everything about Cyrus. Those moments were so enjoyable to read. I loved the scene when Aliza woke up at the Diviners and Miss Huda was there and Omid was there too. Like, thank goodness for their lightheartedness. The blood oath scene was really sad, and again, I love Hazan for telling Aliza to reconsider. I feel like he's the only one with sense in this book. Kamran really just upset me this entire book. I just felt like he was a totally different character from the first book, but maybe this is just what his grief and pain look like in reality, and we just didn't really get a chance to see it before. I did like that he did have a moment in the book where he realized his own arrogance, but I always thought that he was just more self-aware and on a journey of being a better person, so it felt a bit of a whiplash to see this side of him. Also, that he just started to see everything with Aliza as political, when I felt like in the first book he had really seen more of her as a person. I don't know, I just didn't feel good about him, and I was just getting so confused about it all. Although it was entertaining to see the potential tension and arguing between him and Miss Huda, I am kind of curious to see how that's going to develop. Kamran's mother is so interesting. She's so elusive and just has so much knowledge, and I really don't think she's very nice to Kamran at all, which is really sad, but I'm so curious as how does she know to prepare and how can she predict everything. I still love Aliza so much. Her heart is just my favorite part of her, and I do like seeing how she gracefully approaches both Kamran and Cyrus. I'm glad that she did catch that Kamran was seeing everything politically. She is also so sweet with everyone around her, especially Omid, and I really love their scenes, and I'm guessing because the diviners bowed to her that it must mean she's a diviner too. I wonder how powerful her magic is really going to be and what it's going to truly take to unlock all of it. Cyrus has definitely had such a hard life, and it really seemed like there was so much of it that was out of his control that he just had to step up into. Like what happened with his older brother. Also, he just doesn't seem like he has anyone who really truly cares about him or sees him just for him. You know, like for his father, he just has all these things that he has to do, and his brother is nowhere to be found, or maybe not even alive anymore, and then his mother wants him dead. Like, it's all just so sad, and Aliza clearly is the kindest person to him, and it also makes sense that he's influenced by his dreams of her too. He does have the most beautiful, yearning inner thoughts though, and that he couldn't control his magic and it turned into roses everywhere when she was sick was just so cute. The yearning in this series is actually so unreal, and it's so good. I love it. I feel like I am starting to trust Cyrus's soul a lot more, and I do think that he is a good person who is just trying to do his best, and he does truly care for Aliza. At the same time, I feel like it does come off as possessive though in his thoughts, which I don't really love, and also since he made a deal with Iblis, I just feel like we can't fully completely trust him because who knows what's on the line and what lengths he'll be forced to go to. Basically, I'm glad that Aliza is doing what she needs to do for herself and her people. I will always be on her side no matter what. I just feel so duped about Kamran, and my heart feels in pain for Cyrus, but I do feel like this book did solidify that I'm rooting for Aliza and Cyrus and hope that they can find a way to genuinely be together without having Iblis over their heads. But these are just my book date highlights, and I'm curious to know, how did your book date go?